What lessons did you learn from a 13-minute citizenship interview? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States at our offices in San Diego, California and St. Louis, Missouri. I went to a 13-minute naturalization interview the other day. My colleague Tim was with me, and we were down at the St. Louis immigration office. We were with one of our clients who we had applied for naturalization, and he had himself a 13 or 14-minute naturalization interview. That includes the test. What did you learn, Jim, in your 13 or 14-minute naturalization exam? Number one, it's important to fill out your forms correctly. This fellow's forms were all completed correctly. We only made one edit, and it was because the young man had neglected to mention some little group that he had been in as an academic and going into his field of work. That was the only edit that had to be made. So one of the ways to have a fast interview and a successful interview is to fill out your forms correctly. Number two, he had all his documents prepared. He had his driver's license, he had his green card, he had his passport. He had everything he needed to hand right there to the officer. Now, in fact, we almost spent as much time updating the G-28, which is the form for me to represent him because my wife had filed the case, as we did with the entire testing and interview. The next piece of advice, thing that I learned, thing that I observed in this 13 or 14-minute interview was my client knew his test answers backwards and forwards. He answered every question directly. He answered it succinctly. He gave the right answers. And the officer had no choice but to accept those answers and to congratulate him on getting all 6 questions right, which meant that the test was over. My client was a very pleasant fellow, and when we got to the actual questions that could keep him from naturalizing, he answered no, and he answered it directly, and he looked the officer right in the eye. These are the things that lead to a 13 or 14-minute naturalization interview. We flew through the application. We had an experienced officer. He worked at the service center before he got to St. Louis. So everything had to fall into place. Everything had to be done right in order to have that 13 or 14-minute interview. Now, it's not always going to happen that way. I've been to 4-hour naturalization interviews. I've been to naturalization interviews that got rescheduled and second naturalization interviews. So anything's possible, but you want to do whatever you can to have that 13 or 14-minute interview. That's the goal. That's the holy grail. That's the thing that we're after. That 13, 14, 15-minute interview. You don't want to be in there all day. You don't want to be wasting the officer's time. Be organized. Show respect. Be concerned with what you're doing and bring everything you're supposed to. This client, I'm very happy for him. He got recommended for approval. We got the notice saying that he's been recommended for approval. We're just waiting for an oath ceremony. Here in St. Louis, they're still doing federal court ceremonies, so he has to wait for the next opportunity. But this client, in this case, very well prepared by my wife Amani and her team. I was very happy to attend with my client from Haiti. I'm glad he's going to get his citizenship. Now we're just waiting for his brother to get his citizenship. So these are the kinds of things that can happen when you put your case together right. And I know I'm being silly today, but I'm excited for him. And I'm excited for you. If you're getting ready to go through the naturalization process and you want to do everything that you can to try to get a 13 or 14-minute naturalization interview, give us a call at 314-961-8200. And be sure to find us in our Facebook group. You know the name of it. You've heard it 100 times. It's called Immigrant Home. We'd love to see you in there. We think you belong. We think you'd add value. We think that you'd get the answers to the questions that you're looking for. And you know we have that YouTube channel. That YouTube channel where we have over hundreds and hundreds, almost 700, I think. I haven't even counted lately. We have hundreds of videos on every topic you could ever imagine related to immigration. You should spend some time in there. Before you post a question down below, see if we've already shot a video on that. We probably have. If not, we'd be happy to. Just leave us a comment. And then, of course, the most fun 2 hours of the week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, from noon to 1 Central Time. I'm in there answering as many immigration-related questions as I can in just 1 hour on our YouTube channel in our Facebook group, Immigrant Home. Hope to see you there. Peace out.